Where was that coming from?
Please let us know that you're here by making a noise similar to this. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you please do that again? Can you squeeze that a little bit harder to show us that you mean that we are safe? Thank you. We appreciate that. Are we safe upstairs on the second floor? Hi folks, welcome back to BTV Paranormal. We're doing a slightly different investigation today. We've been invited out to a residential location with paranormal activity dating back at least 50 years. The premises has a number of rooms that have had reported activity. These are mainly the kitchen, the upstairs bedroom on the second floor, the staircase going from the second floor to the third floor, and also the basement.
So the building was used as a care home for adults with learning disabilities for about 30 years, and a number of those people passed away in the premises. One of those was actually the owner of the premises' son, who had epilepsy, and she believed for a long time that he was still in the building. I think about 6 years ago, a photograph was taken in the basement, and they believed that he is in the Polaroid image stood behind them.
We don't have access to the Polaroid at this time. If we can find it before this comes to it, then we'll try and do so. But at this time, we don't have access to the Polaroid. Now, the main thing of concern within the premises is there's been a child sighting. Now, a child sighting itself doesn't mean anything more than it could be a child sighting. However, when dealing with child spirits, you always have to be careful that it's not a negative entity trying to come across as more trustworthy. So we do have to take care, and we'll have to see what happens. But the main sort of thing that happened with the child sighting is essentially the resident was woken up in the middle of the night, and she said that she was pinned to the bed. Now, at the bottom of her bed, she saw a little boy. Now, we do need to take into consideration that it's a widely reported phenomenon that people report being pinned to the bed, and it is also linked to sleep paralysis. But with other records of things within the premises, it's well worth investigating, because things have been moved throughout the property. A table got shattered without reason when one of the residents' grandsons was younger. Doors have been opened and closed, and strange things seem to happen throughout the property. So that's what we're here today to find out, and we're trying to see if we can find out whether this property is haunted. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, some more recently after so the resident had some help in the premises from somebody who's not that familiar with the stories, and she had cleaned the kitchen thoroughly. She came back into the kitchen, and a foreign coin had been placed in the middle of the worktop. She also said that she thought she saw something out of her peripheral vision in the same direction as where she found the coin.
Now, it's also worth mentioning that the resident's son Ginny. He collected coins. He liked to collect foreign coins. Now, the coin that appeared on the kitchen worktop was a Spanish peseta, with no explanation for why it should be there.
Not to say we've been using euros for the last 30 years.
Yeah, what's the date on the coin? 1975?
Yeah.
In fact, I'll go get the coin and I'll show you. Okay, so the coin is 1975. 1975 Spanish peseta, 5 peseta coin. There's no real explanation for why the coin should be there. So it's going to be an interesting investigation tonight. One thing that we have done so far, and we don't know whether we've had any activity whatsoever yet, is we have set up a trap in the resident's bedroom. Basically we put a teddy bear, an EMF teddy bear, on the bed, and we have a GoPro recording. So hopefully we'll be able to see some sort of activity with the teddy bear. If the teddy bear does receive any sort of activity, then the EMF sensors in its arms or its legs will light up. So without further ado, let's get started with the investigation. Okay, so we've collected some baseline data from the property. We haven't been able to turn off the breakers, so there is still power in the premises. So K2 reading or a millimeter spike doesn't necessarily mean that we are receiving activity. However, we do have baseline figures. So we've collected 111 pieces of data throughout the property, showing baseline temperature and baseline EMF field stuff. So we're going to have a wander through the property now and show you round before we start doing a bit of an investigation. Okay, so this is the kitchen. We have set up a little bit of a trap. I literally can't see anything at the moment, so I'm walking real slowly, using the night vision and nothing else. We've set up a trap in here, so the Spanish peseta that we mentioned earlier has been placed on this edge of this chopping board. Now the surface is stable. We can knock on here and it will not fall. So this is set up as a trap just in case it does get moved. So we're going to walk through. Should we do top to bottom or should we do...
You can walk up if you want.
Yeah, so we'll go up and then we'll show you the basement at the end. So one thing worth mentioning is on the staircases we could receive EMF fields. This is partially due to the stair lifts that are in place. So up this side we have 2 bathrooms. So did the resident say that this room used to be something else?
This used to be where she had some gym equipment.
So this used to be a gym within this room. Have you had anything on the millimeter?
No, 0, 0. There was 0.2 on the stairs, but that's what we got from the stair lift earlier anyway.
Yeah. I got a spike halfway up the stairs, but we didn't really take baselines on the stairs themselves. Now this is the main bathroom. Interestingly, not even the shower was giving EMF readings. We were getting 0.0 in the shower, which is strange considering the shower should probably be powered. Now there are 2 rooms that we do not have access to. That's because the keys have been lost. So freaky walking around in the dark. I'm going to try not die.
Yeah, some steps coming in.
I'm going to try to not die, ladies and gentlemen. So this is one area that is of concern because there's power down here, but as you can see, that will trigger the EMF meter down low. However, higher up, it's not being triggered. It's not being triggered anywhere else in the vicinity. The only area that this is triggering is down here. It's not even being triggered when we're down here by the rail, which I'd have thought it would do, to be honest. Now this is the room where the camera trap was set up. This is the room where the resident had an experience where she was pinned to the bed, and I'd best find the door handle. So this is the camera trap that is set up in here at the moment. We have the teddy bear in place on the bed. There's a camera set up, a little GoPro set up to a power bank. And this teddy bear, if you go near it with an electromagnetic field, it should create a spike. But I don't have anything that can create an electromagnetic field other than the camera. Go on, you're Mr. Static. You show what it's like when you pick it up. Okay, so you can barely see it on the camera, but the teddy bear, if it does pick up any electromagnetic fields, the hands and the feet will light up red. Now, something that we have experienced, I say we, it's been me myself that's experienced while on site, is I've had a couple of strange situations where I felt like static, almost like a spiderweb style sensation. And I felt like I felt that about 2 or 3 times while we were doing our baseline measurements. Have you experienced anything, Paddy?
Very strong, a sort of unusual sensation when we first walked in this room.
Yeah.
Like an overbearing sensation.
Yeah, this room felt very, 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 very heavy when we first came in. Essentially, this room felt heavy in the chest, and there's a room downstairs that we haven't showed you yet where it felt very heavy around the head. So when you went in there, you got an overwhelming sort of feeling of pressure on the temples. We will show you another location of interest in a moment. This room on the left. Do you want to walk in, Paddy?
Yeah.
This room is Jimmy's room, or was Jimmy's room. So again, everywhere within this location we have taken baseline measurements of EMF, including on the bed and everything like that.
Highest reading was on the left hand side of the bed.
Yeah, the highest reading was on the left hand side of the bed with the EMF meter.
Interestingly, there's an indentation on that bed. That was obviously the side that was slept on.
Okay, we're going to go up onto the 3rd floor. Now, on the 3rd floor, between this landing and the next landing, there has been reports of an uncomfortable feeling at the top of this staircase. Now, when I came into the premises, I picked up on the exact location that everybody else feels uncomfortable, and up the top of this staircase.
Probably worth noting that I spoke to the family before you, and didn't tell you about these locations.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of these locations. I didn't know the locations where the uncomfortable feelings were. Now, I'm not claiming to be a psychic by any stretch of the imagination, but the top of these stairs on the right hand side, is one of the reported locations of discomfort, and it's around where this plant is. So when we do some investigations later on, it's going to be worth having a K2 meter around here, or maybe having the EMF teddy bear here, or potentially doing a spirit box session in this location. So we have no access to this room at the top of the stairs.
Interestingly enough, the location with bad feelings is where two mirrors meet.
Yeah, so this mirror and this mirror are directly in line with where that corner is, which it would be behind this wall. Now, it's hypothesized that when mirrors can see one another, they can act as sort of like a gateway or a portal or a place where energy is higher. So it's worth considering keeping an eye on this location later as well. It is worth noting as well that we have heard a couple of things since we've been in. Like, Paddy heard something slide, and I heard pretty much like a bang similar to that when I went to the kitchen to get the coin earlier. I nearly fell down the stairs. I'm going to try not die. Don't want to be investigating myself, that would be silly.
Interestingly enough there, I don't know, I just had a brief spike coming down the bottom of the stairs to 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, then it dropped off.
What's temperature looking like?
It's only 1.4.
Similar to the baseline figures.
Heating's still on it, really.
All the baseline figures, what I will do with that is I'll provide a copy of the baseline figures. I'll probably do it as a couple of screenshots. Or I could potentially... What's that? Where was that coming from?
Front room.
Let's go check it out.
Sounded like
an intercom. Please check something. I'm going to keep the camera running for a second, and then after that I'm going to turn the camera off while we look out of the window, just to make sure that nobody's been pressing an intercom trying to get in. We're pretty sure that the noise that we just heard was coming through this intercom. We don't know what it said, or how to use it, or whether it's a panic button, so we are not going to be touching it. I just got EMF up to 5. Steady though at 2 right now, so there must be a source of EMF around here. I'm assuming...
I'm at 0.
Exactly where I am. The Mel meter is more sensitive than the K2 as well. So I don't understand. Right, let's try debunk this, Paddy. It has to be some sort of EMF coming down. Oh, we got spike to orange. It's too solid of a signal. We're going to put that down to absolutely debunked. That looks like a network cable. Strange, because we're absolutely picking nothing up on the Mel meter. The Mel meter is literally at 0, whereas the K2 is on 2. Now, this is the room where immediately as soon as I came into this room earlier, I felt pressure in my head. Now, it could be that there's an indication with there being this style bed within this corner that maybe could have been the reason why I picked up that valve. I'm absolutely still getting a rock solid 2-star. 2 on the K2. It's at 1 now. 2. I'm in the centre of the room.
That same heavy feeling in here, even though we're...
Is there anybody holding on to this K2 meter? If there is, can you make a knock for me, please? Down to 1. Very interesting. Can you hold on to the other device for me, please? The mel meter. Can you hold on to that? The one with the red light on it. I don't understand that. It was literally a solid 2. I'm going to walk back through the door to where we was receiving the 2 earlier. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now usually when the K2 meter goes off, you'll see it flicker and you'll see it bounce between a couple of different sensitivities.
I think this room was used by the residents who stayed here, the adults with learning disabilities. 3 of the 4 adults died, sort of either in the building or stayed here the most of their life, and then 1 died in care out of the building, but they spent their whole lives in this room.
Did you see a tap then?
Yeah.
Okay, gonna try a knock. If there's anybody here and you'd like to communicate with us, can you do a knock for me like this? Did you hear that? I heard a knock from about there.
Yeah, I couldn't say for certain.
Now, there is residents in place next door, so it could be that the noise that I did hear could have been from next door. I am absolutely... I just got another spike. Just flashed to orange. I'm going to close this door. Definite click in that room then as I left.
Yeah, I heard the click.
Could have been anything though. It could be floorboards settling. It could be different temperature. It has been warm in this house today. We're going to go take a look down the basement. You come down second and you use your torch if necessary.
There's actually a little bit of a...
Yeah, we've got an emergency light here, so K2 meters could respond. See, K2 is literally touching the fire exit side. Nothing. There is there though.
That's because that's...
A burglar alarm. PIR.
PIR sensor.
Oh. Be careful at the top of the stairs, right? There is something on the floor. I don't know what it is, I can't see it, but I felt it. Okay, now we are down in the basement, which has been used as a bar area. Now the bar did used to be upstairs as well, and I nearly walked into all these chairs.
This is where the photograph was taken of the family members, and they saw Jimmy just stood behind them, so like Jimmy had obviously passed away many years before. Somebody who didn't even know the family spotted a person in the background, asked who that was, and then when they looked they realised that there was a person in the image that wasn't there. Just got a big spike.
Ah! Dead!
You come and have a little dander around here. Just when I went over that chair, it just like literally went to forward.
Getting nothing on K2.
No.
Now, when we were in here earlier, place that I was picking up on, sort of like a feeling that my eyes were getting drawn, was exactly in this corner, like around here. Our plan of attack is we're going to work our way from the bottom to the top, because most of the activity seems to be upstairs, as well as Jimmy being sighted down here. What we'll do is we'll go get the spirit box. We'll perform a spirit box session down here. We'll do an EMF session, an EVP session down here, and then we'll work our way up throughout the building. Do you want to stay down here and see if you get anything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll come back. Anything?
No.
Some weird noises coming from upstairs.
Yeah.
Just stood at the bottom of the stairs staring for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sounds like something in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, that's the first weird thing we heard.
Yeah, true.
Was from over that way, wasn't it?
I don't even know where it is.
Something weird going on down here, mate.
What?
There's something weird going on down here.
What's happening? What's happening?
I Well, I turned my camera on my phone because I could hear something on the bar. And your meter, here, watch this video now. Your meter was literally absolute top reading.
No.
It's just stopped as soon as you got downstairs, it stopped.
Right, I'm going to have one quick look because I might have... Do you know when I put the tripod down? I might have left it... Like, do you know, just rushing to put the tripod down.
Hang on, mate.
Have you got it?
You pass it to me.
Okay. Crisis averted. Nobody saw nothing. We're not idiots. I haven't been looking for a torch for the last half an hour.
My heart rate right fucking right up then. I did feel scared, but my heart rate just went...
Fucking had to be off camera, didn't it?
Mate, somewhat were there then. I looked at it before I even knew meter going off. I started looking across the room.
Temperature's down to 16.6 degrees.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's cold.
I'll give you that. 14 degrees, that back wall. If you get a feeling of anything being anywhere, bang it. Like if anything's touching that EMF reader or anything like that, bang it. Okay, spirit box session. Sweep rate 100 milliseconds. Sweeping in reverse. Is there anybody down here with us? Is there anybody down here with us that wants to communicate? Nothing, that. That was something. I don't know what it said, but that was something. Can you tell me your name? My name's Adam, this is Paddy. We've been invited to come in to check out the house and to communicate with you. Do you want to communicate with us? If you want to communicate with us, if you're talking to this device with the red light on it, we'll be able to hear your voice. If you want to talk into the device over there with the green light, if you want to touch, the device with the green light on it, we'll be able to know that you're here. Additionally, if you want to touch this device that's in my hand, you will be able to show that you're here as well. You know when it turns itself back on. What is your name? That was something. Did you used to live here? Who was the lady that used to care for you? That was a female voice. I don't know what it said. I've not made out any of these voices so far. Do you know the surname of the lady that used to look after you? Are you making anything out?
No.
Okay, I'm going to try stop this spirit box session. Sorry. Hello. My name's Adam, what's your name? Yeah, I just hear Ray. Could you please repeat your name for me again? We mean you no harm, we don't want to scare you, we don't want to worry you. We're just here to communicate. We have nothing but good intentions. Help. Go. Can you show us that you're here by making a... I'm going to stop this, we're going to communicate to you in a minute. Anybody was trying to get through to us? If you can hear us and you can see us, please let us know that you're here by making a noise similar to this. Please let us know that you're here by making a noise similar to this. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you please do that again? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you please do that again?
Could be the stairs next door.
Yeah, that could be the next door neighbour's stairs. Shit yourself scary when you hear it though. If that was you, thank you for communicating. Can you finish this knock for me? Okay, we were definitely getting a couple of voices through there, but they were very, 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 very hard to make out. I changed the sweep rate to 200 milliseconds. Hopefully this doesn't deafen everyone this time. That's better. So we're going to go 200 milliseconds and see if this makes a difference. Again, we're going to be sweeping in reverse. That was music.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Hello? That's music. Strange though, because that says stranger. We haven't even got the aerial, the antenna up, so we shouldn't really be picking up much.
I'm in the basement.
Yeah, we're in the basement. However, we could be getting bleed through from next door. Like this. 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 That's like get out my home. Who are we speaking to, please? Who are we speaking to, please? We've been invited here today to communicate to you. Can you please repeat your name?
Good.
Yes. Okay, what is your name, please? Temperature's falling. 17.1, 17, 16.9. Back up to 17.4. That's me. Please don't be scared of us. We're only here to communicate. We don't want to hurt you. We don't mean to scare you. We don't mean to worry you. We're here with the best intentions and we just want to prove that we can communicate. I've got a massive spike there and you didn't see it. I had a massive spike. It went up to like 6.
Yeah. Not this, is it?
No. They're back down to 0. And put the kickstand out on the millimeter. I don't think we're getting anything on the spirit box, so we're going to abandon this session in a moment. If you do want to communicate to us, please do so now. Me. Jimmy, are you down here with us? I'm a friend of your family. Temperature's falling again. 16.9, 16.8. Okay, if you tried to communicate to us, thank you, we appreciate it. For now, we're going to stop this communication and we're going to try and get in touch with you another way. Thank you. Goodbye. I'm getting a spike again. 0.4. Back down to 0. In fact, I'll go check on Teddy. What sweep rate do you want?
Quick.
100 milliseconds. Okay, I'm going to turn off the... I'm going to turn off the millimeter. I keep getting spikes. Okay, you're on 100 milliseconds.
Mm-hmm.
Sweep rate. Do you want to turn it up?
No, I'll leave it at that.
That one there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do an EVP session upstairs.
Right.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said?
What did he say? Wait.
Hiya.
Is anybody down here who wants to talk to me? It's very difficult for me to understand you because of the static that comes through on this meter. But if you know who I am, can you say yes? If you're down here with me, can you tell me who I'm talking to? I can hear a few voices, so is there more than one of you? Is Alistair down here with me? I know you used to like coming down here with Grace. If you're down here with me, can you say hello? Jimmy down here? Or anybody else? Somebody who's lived here for longer? It's kind of difficult to understand. Hello? It's hard to talk to this device. I think you could touch this meter over here so I can see it. It would be nice to talk to one of you if you are here. I'm going to stop this for a minute, so that's not really working for you, what about just putting your hand right here next to my right hand on the bar and touching that green light. When we came down here earlier, that light was going up to green and orange and red. Was that anybody in this room? If it was, can you touch it again for me, please?
Okay, going to perform a EVP session in the basement. My torch keeps being weird. Okay. Right, try to get on creek.
Is the infrared on?
It's on. It's better now. Okay, EVP session, undisclosed location. We are in the basement. This is EVP session number 1. My name's Adam. This is Paddy. If anybody's here, you can speak to us using this device that is in my hand. I'm going to hold this device still. We've been invited to communicate to anybody that may still remain in the premises. If you would like to communicate, could you say something now for us, please? What is your name? If you heard a click on the recording, that was me turning off a torch.
Is Alistair here?
Okay, any session? Session, undisclosed location. We are in the basement. This is EVP session number 1. My name's Adam. This is Paddy. If anybody's here, you can speak to us using this device that is in my hand. I'm going to hold this device still. We've been invited to communicate to anybody that may still remain in the premises. If you would like to communicate, could you say something now for us, please? What is your name? If you heard a click on the recording, that was me turning off a torch.
Is Alistair here?
Okay, any session? Do you want to show one? Just press the record button. Do you want me to leave? Just go upstairs. Keep it like 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
We'll just see.
EVP session 2. Okay, so if any family members of Grace are still in the premises and would like to speak to me, introduce yourself to this little device on the table? When we listen back to it, we'll be able to hear your voice. You don't even have to speak. If you don't want to speak, you can make a small tap on the table or on one of these chairs, just to let me know that you're here. I can pass a message on to Jilly.
Metallic click click. Now he's from upstairs.
Yeah.
Don't know whereabouts. I just stood at the bottom of the stairs in silence. Did you try to replay it back?
Yeah, first time I know I hadn't done yet, but first time I did it, I cocked it up. So there'll just be nothing in that first one.
Is this a mess up one?
No, that's what I'll put it down.
Might have been something there. You're still recording? Ow. Is that your chair?
I didn't make any noise at the time.
Okay, that's it. Let's move up. Let's make sure we've got everything.
That was weird with the
Yeah, definitely.
Here, look. What's that coming off? Is that the beam off the camera or?
Can't be. It can't. It can't be. It can't be reacting to that. Right. Let me get the millimeter. Where's the millimeter? Millimeter. That's a solid 2 now. Zero. 0. 0. Literally 0 online. Oh, 1.8, 1.4. 0.1. Back to 0. That must be, that K2 is picking up that. This is more sensitive than a K2, it's got a lower tolerance.
Mm.
Oh. I think I know what the noise is from the bathroom.
What?
Next to where the toilet is, there's a little vent.
Oh right, the thing opening and shut.
Yeah, I think that's what the tap that keeps coming from the bathroom is.
The tap set this off.
Theoretically, yeah, because it's a static charge, isn't it?
Mm.
If you squeeze onto this device that's in my hand really hard, and you can change the colour so it turns to red, can you do that for me, please?
Let's get spider webs quick, can't it?
Yeah. Put it in your hand, you try. I think they might be nervous around me.
Am I with Jimmy? If I am with Jimmy, just reach out and touch my hand.
Okay, the only thing electronic around you is that radio, and it's literally not plugged in. Jimmy, can you do us a favour? If it's really you, can you grab onto that device really hard for yes and let go for no? Is it Jimmy that we're communicating with?
Yeah.
Is your sister called Gillian? Does the family have a history in Ireland?
I know one. Do you support Blackburn Rovers? Do you support Manchester United?
Do you support the mighty Clarets? Smash it. Let's trick her in again though. If my name is Adam, please spike this device to red. This is an important question for you. Whilst we're on this investigation, are we safe? Can you squeeze that a little bit harder to show us that you mean that we are safe? Thank you. We appreciate that. Are we safe upstairs on the second floor? Is there something evil on the second floor? What about the third floor? Are we safe on the third floor? Is there something evil on the third floor? So the thing that's evil is only on the second floor. Spike this to red for yes. I understand that this takes a lot of energy. Please draw energy from any of these devices that are in the room. So draw energy from our camera, from the speaker, from this device here. And it'll allow you to interact with this meter. Are you finished communicating with us? Do you want to communicate with Patrick alone? Would you want to communicate with me alone? Okay, thank you for communicating. We're going to turn this meter off now. If you'd like to speak to us again, that could have been me. I put my finger on this button there, so as I touch that button, it's probably spiking. If you'd like to communicate with us again, we will be upstairs. We're going to start in the kitchen. So if you'd like to speak to us, then we'll meet you in the kitchen. That was interesting.